It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot of money, but me, I'm catching tiny tummy. And you make me sleep. I try and try, and I start to be sensible. You know what I mean? And so it's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. And next time we'll talk it over, and we can start again. For you, I caught a lot of static. And me, I would like it automatic. Oh, what did you think would happen next? Oh, what could it ever be? So it's time to get away. It's time It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot of money, but me, catching tiny tummy. And you make me sleep. I try and try, and I start to be sensible. You know what I mean? And so it's time to get away. It's time to get away from you.
Welcome. Number one to this 2K Sports broadcast of the Pacers live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Last game for the Pacers, they pick up the W again. Miami.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that went, I mean, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And exploit them they did. I mean, they exposed them tremendously. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game that the defense really never had an answer.
A look at Cleveland's starting group. Williams is out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Bogut. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's James in at the small forward position.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
On defense, Indiana. Redick passes to LeBron. Feeds it to Bogut. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
And George, here we go. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
James kicks to Redick. He feeds it to Bogut. Dishes it to James. Shot clock at 6. Redick for 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Here's Hill. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Horford dishes to Hill. And it's sent back by Bogut. And it's the Pacers with the ball. George double-teamed. Clock at 4. It's George on the wing. Misses off the right iron.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
LeBron kicks to Patterson. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 3 assists tonight.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Now, here is Hill. The pass to Horford. Smith sets the pick for Horford. Puts up the baby hook. Redick with the rebound. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. They double him with Horford. Anderson passes to Williams. Bogut with a screen on Hill. In the corner, it's James. The three-pointer, no good. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Williams comes with the double team. Hill against Williams. Right wing. Horford attacking. Just 5 on the clock. No good. Nice D from Bogut.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Passes it to Redick. On the wing, James. It's Redick on the wing. That drops.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against Dallas. Hill dishes to Smith. It's back to Hill. Johnson sets the screen for Hill. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Smith finishing it off.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Now here is Hill after LeBron James's miss. James against George. To the inside. And stolen by Patterson. Jumps up. And the dunk by LeBron.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
The feet to Patterson. It's Redick on the wing. Back to Patterson. 6 to shoot. Here's Bogut. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And, you know, looking at Andrew Bogut, he's been one of the game's best centers. I mean, obviously injuries have saddled him a little bit over the years, but he's made it through 67 games each of the past 2 seasons.
Well, going back to Bogut when he's healthy, he's a very difficult matchup for any opponent. Greg, one of the great rebounders and defenders certainly in this game now. He also, though, gives you points from the blocks and with timely putbacks.
You know, he's become an unsung hero in a sense. Not the flashy guy who entered the league, but more of a very talented lunch pail kind of guy who simply wants to do his part.
Patterson can't get it to go. Johnson with a screen on Williams. And George kicks to Smith. And Hill has it in the corner. Horford attacking. That's good. Horford's got his first basket.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
And they double him up with LeBron. Here's George. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Still Pacers ball.
And so it's Indiana with it, trailing by 5. He dishes it to Horford. To the middle. Here's Johnson. Goes to the reverse layup and pops it in. Johnson's got 6.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
LeBron passes to Bogut. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
LeBron James.
And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Here's Hill. Can't get it to go. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. James outside. Screen by Bogut. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Now here is Hill. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And he gets it to go.
Great screen that time by George. Well done.
Here's Redick. J.R. Smith making his last shot. And Redick kicks to James. Cleveland moving it around. Just 5 to shoot. Williams, that's for 2. And that one comes up a bit short.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters. But such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles, sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Greg, on the topic of Smith, you never know what his personality is going to bring to the game, or Clark, even the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Moment to moment, it's an adventure. When the good JR is rolling, he's knocking down threes, playing solid D, creating havoc for the opponent. Bad JR is taking and missing wild shots, going to sleep on defense, and causing problems for his own team.
Yeah. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Plumlee, he's checked in for Bogut. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. Carter, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Joseph in for Williams. Now, here's Joseph. And Carter has it in the corner. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Pass to George. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it three.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Tries from 10. And it's James missing. George with the ball. He's picked up by James. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Timeout called the Pacers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Now, here is Hill. He's guarded closely. Here's Marjanovic. Shot clock at 6. The dish to Booker. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Now, Booker. After LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. And George, here we go. Here's Marjanovic. James covering. He nails it, and we're tied up. A minute 42 left in the first. LeBron James on the wing. Plumlee sets the pick for James. Kicks it to Joseph. Carter dishes to Scola. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Scola's got his first points in this one. And Indiana shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Outside Hill. Three-pointer. Kept alive.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Here's George, following the basket by LeBron James. There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's stolen by Carter. Goes up. And LeBron throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Plumlee, the pass to Joseph. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Outside Hill. Here's the screen. 1 second left. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 4. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming onto the court are your...
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for Cleveland, they've got Jefferson. Plumlee out there with Scola. And there's Carter. And it's Joseph in at the one spot. Just 3 to shoot. That's tipped. And stolen by Scola. Carter outside. Connects from three-point range.
For 3.
Carter's got the lead up to 7 now for the Cavs.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now Cleveland moving it up. Jefferson has a wide open look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Now here's Booker, defended by Jefferson. Booker with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. 3 on the clock. Tipped away. And stolen by Scola. And it's Carter penetrating. Pass to Plumlee. Lets it fly from 18. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Here's Booker. Good on the three-point shot. Booker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Always eager to shoot the 3, and on the fast break, he knows it's going to be there for him.
And Joseph kicks to Carter. Feeds it to Jefferson. Plumlee sets the pick for Jefferson. 4 on the shot clock. Wide open. Shot by Joseph, no good. Pacers trail by 4. And George, here we go. Booker dishes to Barbosa. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
He was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressing in the Summer League, and the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
Jefferson passing to Plumlee. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And, you know, going back to Randall's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The 5th metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft.
The Pacers making a switch here. Azili's checked in. Andrew Bogut checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Corey Joseph. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. There's the screen. Now here's Aminu, defended by Jefferson. Releases. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here are the Cavaliers now. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Knocked away. It's stolen by Randall. And even 3-on-3 break. Puts it up from 12. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
And talking about Randall's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
Now here's Barbosa. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And the dunk by Scola.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Now here is Carter. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Dishes to Bogut. Picked his pocket. Now the Pacers moving it up. Barbosa with it. Williams picks him up. And Booker kicks to Randle. The 3-ball. Can't get it to go. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way.
He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Carter kicks to Jefferson. Carter outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Scola dishes to Williams. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Booker in the corner. He kicks to Randle. He feeds it to Aminu. Trains the three-pointer. Aminu's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Al Horford is checked in for Festus Ezeli. And Amir Johnson subbed in for Julius Randle. Cleveland also making some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Scola. LeBron comes in for Jefferson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Vince Carter.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
The slam dunk by Aminu.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Now here's Williams. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. James kicks to Bogut. The Pacers pull it in. Horford's got his 4th rebound in this one. And the pass to Barbosa. Horford with the screen on Williams. Barbosa passes to Horford. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, and Al Horford really has become one of those elite two-way big men. And that's very rare. You look at most bigs in the NBA, they excel at either one end or the other, but this is one of those guys that does it all.
So Horford gets 2. And Horford at 6'10", a natural power forward who's been pressed into duty at the center spot, but he holds his own on the low block.
He also does a really good job, Kevin, moving his feet and covering in space, covering the pick and roll. He's outstanding in that regard, which is important in today's game. He's got mobility and a high IQ.
Barbosa for 3, but they get it back. And Aminu kicks to Barbosa. Shoots over Patterson. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Redick is in the corner. Fires from deep. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
And Redick is just an unbelievable three-point shooter. It's not just his volume. It's his pinpoint accuracy. By the end of last season, Redick was 40% from behind the arc for his career.
Randall's checked in for Indiana. Smith comes in for Booker. Now, here is Smith. He's got 6. Aminu with the screen for Smith. And it's Aminu in the corner. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. And for Redick, he knew what his NBA career would be like. Way back in 2005, Clark, I recall him saying, I think I'll be a role player like 80% of the players in the league. I don't expect to be a star. I'll just shoot. I'll be a team player. Yeah,
and he's exactly right. He was highly decorated in college, but every scout knew his strength was shooting the basketball. And J.J. knew it as well.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Williams attacking. It's Redick on the wing. Passes to James. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And finished off by Bogut.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Now, here is Hill. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Smith outside. The feed to Randall. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And here's Bogut. George Hill getting it to go from deep. James kicks to Bogut. Back to James. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. LeBron James, by many surveys, and no surprise here, GA, the most popular athlete in America.
I mean, the highest paid player in the league. And you know what? He deserves it. This guy has really carried the mantra as the face of our game, as well as anybody. And I tell you what, people now are starting to acknowledge the guy also delivers when it matters.
The Pacers making a change here. George is checked in.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Hill leading the charge. Horford has a wide open look. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 10. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Horford kicks to Randall. Tries again. And the layup is up and in. Randall's got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Here's James. 13 feet away. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Smith dishes to Horford from the baseline. And it's Horford again missing. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. James wide open. Again, James missing.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try to lean.
George passes to Horford. In the corner, Smith with it. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. So the clock runs out with the score tied. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays, and I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
What a game for LeBron. He has 12 points and 7 assists.
Fundamentals have been on display. He's just done it all today, the passing and also knocking down his freebies.
And that's exactly what they've needed from him, those two things.
We've got Johnson. George Hill out there with J.R. Smith. Then it
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Well, safe to say that J.R. Smith has never been short on confidence, Clark, his entire career.
Yeah, he's always been a guy who could actually play with confidence and back it up. When he's hot from the floor, he can take over games single-handedly.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
And for Smith and his confidence, last year even he said he's on pace to be one of the best shooters the game has ever seen. So obviously not lacking in belief in his ability.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Patterson. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Patterson's got 8 points.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Here's George. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
And not sure if I can agree with J.R. Smith's assessment that he'll be one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's pretty deep into his career at this point. Maybe he's hoping for a Kyle Korver type of career after 30 years of age.
Pacers leading by 3. Hill with it. Williams picks him up. Smith kicks to Johnson. And it's Smith penetrating. And he gets it to go. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Screen by Bogut. Pass to Williams. He dishes it to Bogut. They double him with Horford. Bogut kicks to Patterson. Count the bucket. And that's 11 points for Bogut.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Johnson the screen. And George kicks to Smith. Got a hand on it. It's tipped. The drive by James. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on George.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Now, here is Hill. He's got 5. George with the screen on Williams. Clock at 6. Hill kicks to Johnson. George, no good.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
And now the fast break. George with the ball. And that one's good. George has got 10.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Here's Williams. Feeds it to Bogut. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
You know, Bogut, as I recall, Clark was so distraught by those injuries that at one point he thought he might retire.
Yeah, he gave some serious thought to packing it in after the 2013 season, Kevin. Luckily for his team, though, he worked through it and was as strong as ever at the defensive end.
Patterson, the screen. There's the dish to Reddick. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Paul George. Indiana leading by 5. At the top of the key, Horford. Hill has the open look. Off target from three-point range.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Kicks it out to James. Pass to Bogut. The 15-footer. No good off the back of the rim. Pacers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Complete domination. What a game for Smith. 16 points and 1 rejection in this game, too.
And was it a good one? Really, one of their highlights of the game defensively. And we all know about Paul George and his injury while with Team USA. I mean, he has still said that he would consider playing international ball.
From deep, James. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. 17 points for LeBron.
With the success they've been having from the three-point line since halftime, I'll bet you that scoreboard starts to look a lot different real soon.
Partner, that's assuming they can continue that hot shooting. But if they do, and especially if they can get a few stops, you have to think they'll make this thing interesting.
And Reddick kicks to Bogut. And stolen by Horford. Here's Smith. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Indiana.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And Cleveland making a change here. Joseph's checked in. And the Cavaliers call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from J.R. Smith.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. Now LeBron. He's got 17. Kicks to Joseph. It's stolen by Hill. Now the Pacers moving it up. And George with the stuff.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
LeBron against George. Out to Carter. And Luis Scola gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Pacers leading by 7. Hill kicks to Smith. Back to Horford. Out to Smith. Puts up the baby hook. Horford gets the bucket.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Here's Joseph. Takes a 3. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. And here's Smith. He's got 19. Horford in the post. No good. And Cleveland will come the other way. James outside. And they double up James. Joseph dishes to Scola. Feeds to Joseph. Shot clock at 5. LeBron outside. Johnson with the block. And George, here we go. Hill passes to Horford. Poked away. Out of bounds. Pacers ball as Indiana keeps possession.
Pacers ball.
And George kicks to Hill. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Horford. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
The drive by James.
Indiana foul call.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
J.R. Smith on the wing. Indiana moving the ball over. George against James. From 12 feet out. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
From a man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
James dishes to Scola. He kicks it to Joseph. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Indiana leading by 7. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Timeout charge for the Pacers.
And the Pacers call time here.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
Some changes for Indiana. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Horford. Julius Randle comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Booker in for J.R. Smith. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Jefferson's checked in. And Randle throws it down.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Dishes it to Joseph. It's stolen by Hill. And here's the fast break. Randle leading it all the way. A nice shot by Booker. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Carter right side. He feeds it to Scola. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And for Luis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Plumlee is checked in for Cleveland. Greg, you were talking about Scola. He has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on.
And here are the Cavaliers now. And Plumlee kicks to Jefferson. The pass to Scola. Back to Jefferson. .115 left to play in the third.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
On the wing, Hill. Pass to Randle. George with no one around. No good from outside.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And Joseph kicks to Plumlee. Here's Jefferson. Back to Plumlee. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Clearly a mental lapse at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time, but it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
And so timeout here by David Blatt.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Some changes here for the Pacers. Aminu comes in for George. And it's Barbosa in for George Hill. Now here is Barbosa. Tight defense on him. Azili the pass to Randle. Scola with the rebound.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Aminu dishes to Barbosa. Shot from 12. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Indiana out. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Cavaliers trail by 11. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Jefferson out there with Scola. Then there's Carter. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Plumlee in at the center filling out the middle. Booker with it. And it's Carter picking him up. And Booker kicks to Aminu. Here's Marjanovic. And he slams it one-handed.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Pacers leading by 13. Barbosa kicks to Booker. Here's Marjanovic. Indiana moving the ball around. Drops in the layup for two. And the Pacers lead by 15.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Carter. Back to Plumlee. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Here's Marjanovic, defended by Carter. Barbosa for three. Can't hit. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open. No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
At the line for two.
Scola hits them both. Indiana leading by 11. Barbosa kicks to Booker. No good on the triple. Cavaliers shooting straight 49% from the field. Carter the best to Plumlee.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. James outside. Oh! And that one is stuffed right through.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Screen by Bogut. Outside Williams. LeBron drives in. Whoa!
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
There's the feed to Barbosa. Pass to Booker. Here's Marjanovic. And that one's good.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
The drive by James, and that is good.
And when you thought this fourth quarter was simply a formality, all of a sudden the offense picks up, and now we have a game.
Can't quite put my finger on it, but something gave them a jolt, and now they're knocking down everything. We got some fireworks in store for us down the stretch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Paul George, he's checked in for Aminu. And Smith subbed in for Booker. Good! The Cavaliers trail 5-7. The drive by James. Good! James has got 15 points in just the second half.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
He dishes it to Reddick. Here's Patterson. No good on the three.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
The second chance effort. Out to Smith. Ball's knocked loose. And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball. Williams dishes to Patterson. Got that bucket in no time at all. Now it's just a three-point Pacer lead.
Wow, beautiful feed from Mo Williams.
Smith kicks to George. Picked by Randall. And George, here we go. He came off the screen and finished with authority.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
The dish now to Bogut. And it's blocked. Here's Smith. Back to George. Inside. Here's Marjanovic. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And the dunk by James.
Money there shaves a few points off the lead. And the later we get into this game, the more you're going to see him attacking the basket.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming on the court are your Pacers.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Thank you, Doris. Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Johnson comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Hill in for Leandro Barbosa.
Paul George.
They haven't been effective against George. He's got 10 rebounds and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark. And this offense has really performed at a high level.
James outside. Pass to Patterson. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Assist goes to
Patterson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on him.
Hill kicks to Smith. Johnson the screen. The drive by Smith. Feeds to Johnson. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Redick.
We could have been looking at a 2-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now nerves and tightness become a factor.
And it's becoming a battle of will right now. This is as good a game as we could have hoped for.
Here's Williams. LeBron outside. Back to Williams. LeBron outside. 3 on the clock. And they double up James. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Al Horford. He's checked in for Indiana. Johnson the screen. And George, here we go. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, there's a little extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's going to stop that.
Not when he comes in with the tomahawk. That's just too much force.
Goodness, you cannot punch it any harder than that.
And Redick kicks to LeBron. The shot is off. Excellent D there from George. Pacers leading by 5. Pulled loose. James, the pass to Redick. Williams with a clean look. And good. He nails it.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
J.R. Smith on the wing. Kicks it to Johnson. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Williams a screen. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Look at the game for Redick. He's got 10 points and 2 steals as well. You know, as tremendous as his stats are, what I've liked most is just the effort he's put into this game.
And Clark, he's worked his tail off at the offensive end, and his D, it has been on point.
Indiana's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. George against James. Johnson outside. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Cavaliers trailing.
2 minutes. 2-1.
James with it. George picks him up. Bogut sends a screen for LeBron. Patterson. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Yeah, excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Smith on the wing. He kicks it to Horford. Looking to get back on track here. Another shot. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Big call, Kevin. He just didn't get there quick enough, and that's a tough break.
.127 left in the 4th quarter. LeBron drives in. Dishes to Bogut. Williams kicks to Redick. It's stolen by Smith. George with the ball. He's picked up by LeBron. Horford with the screen on James. George, that's a 2-pointer. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And it's a 3-point Pacer lead. .54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Williams. It's stolen by Hill. And up the court come the Pacers on the break.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Timeout called Cleveland. They trail by 5. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .43 seconds left to play in the final quarter. From 10 feet out, James kicks to Patterson. Fires from 18. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him. It's the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And both free throws good for James.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. 1 possession game now.
And the Pacers call time here. They're in front by 3. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the Pacers with possession here. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Williams with the steal.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the 3 and be the 3 if that's going to happen.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're down by 3. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And you know what? You got a couple options here. You can take the 3 to tie it or get the quick 2 and then a foul.
And, you know, if it opens up for them inside, the quick 2 would be the way I would lean, Greg. But the foul has to come immediately after that.
Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Amir Johnson. Here's LeBron. He's looking for Bogut and finds him. Tries to keep it alive. They recover it. Now the pass to Redick. Takes the 3. Can't knock in the 3. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're losing by 5. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, pure desperation right now, Clark. You think there's enough time?
I doubt it. I mean, it's clear what they've got to do. Quick shot, foul, and they need some cooperation with some missed free throws from the opponent.
Off the inbound. Sinks it. So a close game sees Indiana take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up.